How good can a budget model get? Pretty darn good. What's up guys, welcome to WearTesters.com official YouTube channel. My name is Evan, and today we have a performance review on this shoe right here, the Nike Air Max Impact 4. The Nike Air Max Impact 4 retails for about $95, and if you want to pick up a pair, there'll be a link in the description box below. Now, the Air Max Impact 3 was already a really good performance basketball shoe. Not only a good budget model, but just a great performance basketball shoe all around. Now, the Air Max Impact 4 shares a lot of tooling from the Impact 3, but there's a couple of upgrades that Nike made on the shoe that helped improve the shoe's performance even more. Now, when I picked up the shoe, I already knew that the Nike Air Max Impact 3 was a very good shoe, but even so, I wasn't expecting anything out of these. As you can see, they're kind of nondescript, and nothing really stands out with the shoe. It's not flashy, it doesn't have groundbreaking tech, and then overall aesthetically, it's a little bland.
Well, excuse me.
It actually reminded me a lot of a shoe that I really loved back in the day, which is this one right here. Now, I don't remember the exact name of this model, but it was part of Nike's Battleground series. And actually, if any of you guys remember the model name, please leave it down in the comments. What I do remember is I picked them up as a cheap second shoe to beat up and protect my main game shoe for that year. Another thing I remember is how pleasantly surprised I was playing in these. These quickly became one of my all-time favorite shoes on court, and one of my favorite players of all time, Paul Pierce, was one of the main athletes used in all the promotional materials for this shoe right here. Now, if Paul Pierce came back to advertise these shoes, that would give them automatic GOAT status in my opinion.
Okay, Monster Man.
But let's jump into the performance review to see exactly why I like these shoes so much. Starting off the traction, we have full-length herringbone. As you can see, it's deeply set and there's really thick grooves. Plus, they use a really strong rubber, which make these a really great option to play outdoors. But it also worked really well indoors as well. And I don't really understand why Nike ever uses a different style of traction pattern, especially in budget models. Herringbone traction requires no R&D, no extra money for weird design features or storytelling, and especially when they use a good rubber compound like this one that's sticky and durable, it'll keep the shoe affordable and performing really well on court. Herringbone is tried and true, and it gives you great multi-directional coverage, and I really had zero issues with these on any surface I played on. And then talking specifically about outdoors, I think this is one of the best traction setups you can find on the market right now. Come on, it looks like a tire. Aside from that, we have a couple of sections where the sole wraps around the midsole. We have it right here at the tip of the shoe. We have it on both sides of the forefoot right here, and we even have a portion in the heel that wraps around the Air Max unit back here. All these pieces will give you a little extra traction on more extreme movements, and just in general, this shoe has really good traction. Now, moving on to the cushion, this is another highlight of this shoe. We have the exact same setup as in the Nike Air Max Impact 3. So if you like that setup, you'll also like this one. We have a full-length Phylon midsole and an Air Max unit in the heel. I was actually really impressed with the quality of the cushion setup in this shoe, especially at the price point. And I think it's a really versatile setup as well. You get enough court feel and reactiveness for smaller, shiftier players, and enough impact protection for bigger, more powerful players as well. So no matter your position or playing style, this shoe has something for you. Now, Phylon is Nike's budget foam cushioning system. It can feel kind of dead or non-reactive, but in the Nike Air Max Impact 4, the Phylon is actually pretty nice. I started testing these as I was finishing testing the Adidas Harden Step Back 3, which are these right here. Now, these have full-length bounce, and the Phylon in the forefoot of the Nike Air Max Impact 4 felt really similar to the bounce in the forefoot of this shoe right here. And then there's that Air Max unit in the heel. Now, I'm more forefoot heavy when I play, and I'm not gonna lie to you and say that I really notice the Air Max unit as I play, but what I do know is that I like knowing that it's there. Because if I'm gonna use my heel, it's probably gonna be on a movement that I'm not expecting to do, and if that happens, I really do want that impact protection there. As they say, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. It is noticeable when you're walking around for a little extra comfort, but Air Max is one of the best cushioning setups for impact protection. So if you're gonna heel strike, you wanna do it with this in your heel. Now, another great thing about this cushion setup is that it works really well outdoors. So now we have really good outdoor traction and really good outdoor cushioning. You might start to notice a pattern here.
Wait, what?
Now, if we only had some cheap and durable materials on the upper to keep the shoe affordable, we would have one of the best outdoor shoes on the market. Hey, let's talk about the materials. They're cheap and durable and keep the shoe affordable. Now, they are cheap, they are durable, but I've tested a lot of Nike budget models the last couple of months, but this is the best material setup I've played in. It's also where you're gonna find the main differences with the Nike Air Max Impact 3. The outer mesh is slightly different, and there's a couple of added fuse areas in the forefoot that add containment to the shoe. Aside from that, we have some internal webbing for some added structure. We have fuse in all the high wear areas of the shoe, so along the eye stays of the shoe and the toe box. And we have a synthetic nubuck detail right here in the tongue, which does make me feel slightly fancy.
Oh, you think you fancy?
In any case, yes, they're budget materials. They do work really well. They are a slight improvement from the Nike Air Max Impact 3, and they keep the shoe affordable. So you can't really ask for more. Now, would I prefer them to feel more premium in hand? Maybe. Am I willing to pay extra for premium materials? Not really. especially when you consider it's not gonna add any performance features to the shoe. And we still need good performance budget models out there, which is what this is right here.
True dat.
Moving on to the support features of the shoe, and we've kind of mentioned a couple already. We have that internal webbing. We have 2 lace cables on either side of the midfoot. We have plastic overlays in the heel and in the forefoot of the shoe to add some lateral containment. We also have those fuse areas which help with lockdown. I didn't see it in the tech specs of the shoe, but I think there has to be a torsional plate in here because this guy is tough. And then we have a pretty wide base in the forefoot, as well as an outrigger on the side of the shoe. This is a very stable shoe. It's hard to say it's a highlight of the shoe with the really great cushioning and the really great traction, but the stability of the shoe is definitely noteworthy. Now moving on to the fit of the shoe, if it's true to size and it's kind of that one-to-one feel that you want from a performance basketball shoe, which also contributes to the overall lockdown of the shoe. I was testing the Nike LeBron Witness 7 alongside with these, and one of my gripes with that shoe was the fit. While I was testing the Nike LeBron Witness 7, I kept wishing it had the materials and the fit of the Nike Air Max Impact 4. But you can't get everything you want in life, and this is still a pretty good shoe, so again, the fit on the Nike Air Max Impact 4 is true to size, so go with whatever you usually use with Nike. It is that one-to-one performance fit, so it's a little snug, so just keep that in mind. Now overall, and in my opinion, the Nike Air Max Impact 4 is a great performance basketball shoe. And even more so because it's so surprising that it performs that well. You're not expecting a $94 budget shoe to be on par performance-wise with flagship model. This shoe is really well-rounded. It's a go-to if I'm going outdoors, and I know I'm gonna end up picking up a second pair because I'm gonna use the hell out of these. And I just really love how unassuming this shoe is. Now don't get me wrong, I do like the flashy signature models, but it's always fun to break out a stealth, understated performance basketball shoe like this one. Feel like a ninja in the court. It's cool to roll up to a pickup game in incognito mode and torch players in this. I've been able to test a bunch of different Nike budget models recently, and they're all pretty good, but they all have something I don't love. The Giannis Immortality doesn't have a lot of cushion. The Nike Kitty Tray 510 needs some added lateral containment. The Nike Precision 6 could use some better materials. And the Nike LeBron Witness 7 needs a better toe box. But the Nike Air Max Impact 4 is really well-rounded and has no glaring deficiencies. So if I had to choose a Nike budget model right now, I'm choosing this one. And I bet if this shoe had a signature athlete attached to it, we wouldn't be so critical about the design. And next to when you look closely at it, it kind of looks like a beefed up Kobe 5. Can't unsee it, right? Now I've had a couple of friends ask me for recommendations of good, cheap performance basketball shoes. And I always recommend either the Nike Air Max Impact 3 or the Nike Air Max Impact 4. But they always tell me the same thing, and that's that the design is garbage. And visually, I'm not even joking, I actually like these. But anyway, that's the full performance review on the Nike Air Max Impact 4. Let us know in the comments what you think about this shoe. I know aesthetically it won't be everyone's cup of tea, but really it's a great performance basketball shoe. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, guys, be good.